What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do an honest review on the 1.3 Mazda 2. So this has been my car for the last 2 or 3 weeks because my car went into the shop and today I'm giving it back. Now before I give it back, I want to just say like everything that I like about the car, dislike about the car, all of that stuff, okay? Let's start with practicality. So I've been using this car for the last 2 weeks. I am a trainer, so I have to put weights and stuff in the car, and that's fine. The boot is adequate. It's a 250 litre boot, so it's not huge, it's nothing to write home about, but for your day-to-day stuff this should be fine. I wouldn't call this like a family car, but like I said, day-to-day it should be okay. Moving to the rear of the car, you've got space for short people. I'm 5'7" and the seat in front is set up for me, so I'm not the tallest person and there's not a lot of space here. So if you have somebody tall up front, the people in the back aren't exactly gonna be the most comfortable. Headroom is probably okay, it's not the worst, not the best, but like I said, I'm a short ass, so for me to tell you there's enough space for me. I don't really think it's gonna work for the tall people. For the passengers in the back, your features include hand rolling windows and at least these are central locking, which is good, so they don't have to worry. Only one person has to remember about locking the doors, but the windows are hand rolling and there is no aircon in the back. And then moving to the front, so yeah, you've got a steering wheel, very important for all your driving needs. A manual gearbox. Now normally they do have an indication of what gear you are in. This one has lost it over the years. This car does have 205,000 k's on the clock, so it's been driven a lot. It does show you these engines do last, because there's a lot of k's, and I know for a fact this car, it was driven quite hard. Anyways, in the middle you've got this light. Yeah, nothing in there. There's no mirrors. Yeah, so if you want to do your makeup on the road, like I see a lot of ladies doing, I'm sorry, you can't do that in this car. Or maybe you can, but you're gonna use this mirror. Not ideal. I think if I were a woman, probably a downside. Then here you've got an aux. This is just for Bluetooth because the radio doesn't have Bluetooth. It just has aux, CD and FM and AM. I don't know who uses FM, AM. And then your cubbyhole is just that thing there. Yeah. So in the sides here you've got place for one tiny-ish bottle. You've got You've got a place for one drink here, but if it's too big it's like sort of in the way, but yeah, that's okay. And then you've got an ashtray that fits in there, but if you want to put a drink in there you have to move the ashtray away, so you can choose either you can smoke or you can drink something. Now I personally don't smoke, so this shit I just put in the door because it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't smoke, so I'd rather use this for my early morning coffee. You know, when you go to work very early, you need that coffee to get your creative. I'm joking, there's no creativity early in the morning, just to get out of bed and stuff. Now we're gonna move to the engine. By the way, if I do look a bit down, I am sick. I'm a bit under the weather, so if I am like harsh on the car, I'm not feeling 100%, I'm feeling a little bit sick. Front we've got one completely fogged up light. Don't think that's ideal for seeing, but I mean you don't always have to see at night, it's okay, sometimes you don't need to see the road. So here you've got a 1.3 4-piston engine. It makes a whole 55 kilowatt and 120 newton meters of torque. Now I will say it's not the strongest engine, not gonna lie. Like for up hills, every hill is like a mountain, but it is very light on fuel, which is good in today's world where petrol costs way too much money. So like cool cars that drive really nice, they're just not practical anymore. There's a dog there barking. Anyways, ow. So it is weak, but it is very light on fuel. Like I think I only threw in petrol once and it's been lasting me the whole time, and it's got a tiny little fuel tank too, so petrol economy good. I think they claim like 5 point something, and then like urban high 6s, so it's really light. That's the one positive. The negatives in this specific one, the engine mount is loose, so the car does have a little bit of a vibration and a squeak, and it's just interesting. and then it doesn't have a remote. So I don't know if other people's ones has a remote, but this specific one, you unlock and lock it with the key there, so you can't like press the button. So let's say you want to be chivalrous, I think that's what you call it, you know, like a good gentleman for your girlfriend, and you want to open the door for her. The procedure is going this side of the car, then unlocking the car, like boom boom. I don't know where I put the key, I have to find it though. Anyways, then you unlock the car, then you have to run back around, boom boom boom, and then you can open the door for her. So if you're coming towards the car from this side, you're gonna walk a hell of a lot before you can get into the car. So that's some negative points for the car, I will have to say. It does give a good excuse for not being a gentleman with your girlfriend though, so that's depending on you if you think that's good or bad. That's enough about the car standing still. Now we've got to get on the road so I can tell you about the driving experience and all of that crap. Okay, cool, let's get to the road. So we are going to do this in POV because I'm feeling sick and I don't want you to see my ugly face. So I hope this is good enough. Alright, let's just put this in the door so somebody doesn't try and steal it. Okay, so let's just lock the car. Now like I said, engine mounting is loose, so the car does have a bit of squeaks and sounds. That is a whole 55 kilowatt on that right front wheel. I have driven this car on the road and I can tell you that most of the power is sent to that wheel. So you'll one wheel peel this little choriki a lot in the rain. Only that one wheel will spin, but that's okay. That means you can still do some burnouts. So here we've got quite a steep uphill, okay? Now I want to go up it. Let's say there's somebody behind you in a BMW that wants to go fast. They will get annoyed because, look, I'm doing 40, my foot's flat, so I have to go back to second, and then this bit better, we can go. So if you ever want to actually go somewhere that's steep, you have to really want to do it. So you're gonna have to down gear. It's a bit of effort, it's not just putting your foot down. Same thing with like overtaking. You're not gonna stay in whatever gear you're in and overtake. You will have to go down 1 or 2 gears, otherwise there just won't be anything, like nothing. Now the car does have aircon, very good. When it's warm, which it isn't at the moment, but when it's warm, aircon is good. The heater does also work, but like, and this is a problem in most cars, it smells bad. I don't like the smell of putting a heater on in a car, I'm not gonna lie. Now to handling, which is a very important part of any car review. How does the car handle? Well, we're gonna find out now. To my friend that lent me this car, I'm sorry, we have to do the handling. It's very important. I can't do a car review without testing the handling out a little bit. So we're gonna take her on some turns. Sorry, my voice. And see how she handles. I do have weights in the boot, which is not ideal, but at least it's in like a basket, so it won't damage anything. It might just make a bit of a noise. I can already tell you it's very leany. It doesn't feel like a small car because it leans a hell of a lot. That might just be the shocks, I don't know. Okay, here's some S-turns. Let's see the handling of this mighty Mazda. Mazda speed, that's why they've got like a whole division. You can feel it's rich in the pedigree. Look, if you're like an angry lady and you really want to get somewhere quickly and your kid just pissed you off badly, I think it's got enough speed to get your kid to know he did something wrong. If you want to go racing, obviously it's not the car for you, but it's got enough like oomph to scare a child. Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain the power of this car. It's got enough oomph to make sure whoever is driving with you knows you are angry at them. That's a big positive. Actually, it isn't that bad. I mean, cars of today is like 900 cc's and 1000 cc engines, and this is better than that. Like on the power front, it has less like fancy stuff, but on the engine front, it is better than a 900 cc or whatever. So that's good at least. And you can do some rev match downshifts. I mean, that's always good. I don't know why rev match upshift there. That's not how you do it. But the rev match downshifting is working great. You have to do it yourself, by the way. It's not like a computer assisted downshift rev match. It's you have to know how to do it. But still, it's got a decent clutch. I say decent, it's got an adequate clutch for what you have, a decent gear and stick thing, and yeah, so the driving experience is okay. For what you pay for these cars these days, this is fine. It's not meant to be a wow car, it's meant to get you from point A to B on a real, like, proper budget, because these cars aren't that expensive anymore, and at least it's not like super old. It's like, I think they made these from 2008 to 2011, if I might be wrong, maybe 2012. So it's an old-ish car, but at least it's not that old, and you can get them for quite a cheap price. Now, for the last thing we are going to test today is the radio, okay? Because you have to have the tunes when you're driving. If you can't listen to the music, then the car isn't good, okay? So let's take a test here. It's okay. Okay, that's how much we can listen to without YouTube demonetizing me. I hear somebody that got in a crash. That's always good. Yes, this guy's driving slowly. Even me in my powerful Mazda got frustrated at that guy. Now, before I completely sign off and end the video, I just want to give my complete verdict on the car. So, if you are on a budget and maybe you need a daily like me, like you've got your fast fun car and you need just a run around thing, there's nothing wrong with buying something like this. It's light on fuel, it will get you wherever you want. The engine is reliable. I mean, this one's got a hell of a lot of K's on it, still going strong. Yes, the engine mount needs to be replaced, but that's just maintenance, some stuff you need to do every now and again. So all in all, I think the car's adequate. That would be my like rating on the car. For what you pay for it and everything, it's not a bad buy. It's very cheap. Yes, you don't get a lot, and yes, it's old and everything, but they really don't go for a lot of money. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I've got many more car videos and stuff on there, so if you like this video, I'm sure you'll like my hair probably looks stunning. I'm sure you'll like the other ones too, so I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?